Hey guys, it's me, Faina. Today I want to talk about Book of Shadows and how to make your very own Book of Shadows and kind of why it's important to keep up with the Book of Shadows. So, first of all, a Book of Shadows is more or less a journal for a witch to use. You can record different kinds of spells that you have, different witchy information, and then you can record how those spells worked out for you. So, say you do a spell to make somebody happy. You can record, the week lasting effects, the month lasting effects, see if you can notice any changes in that person's mood. And you would put down the success rate for that spell. And then maybe what you would tweak for next time, kind of a thing. So it's just a journal, it's a log, and you record all your witchy information in it. It's very important to have it personal, so it's something that you connect with and something that you feel that it's worth keeping up on and something that you're proud of. Now, that doesn't mean that you should go around showing everybody. You can. That's totally up to you. You don't have to, though. If you want it to be a personal journal with all your personal information in it, that's totally up to you. Other people, they'll show it to anybody. They don't care. So, it's totally up to you. That's a personal decision on your guys' end. But I was just going to say that with my Book of Shadows that I had, it was like a 98-cent spiral notebook. It was like falling apart, and it was held together with yarn pieces, and I had no connection to the damn thing, and nothing, felt no connection, was not proud of it. It was just crappy. So I never kept up with it. I don't even honestly know where it is. That's how much I never kept up with it. So the other day, I was thinking I should really try to buy a Book of Shadows. So I've been looking at it online and in local witch stores and stuff. Those things are freaking expensive. Like the leather bound, and they're so pretty and so fancy, and I want it so bad, but it's like 50, 70 bucks. I don't have that just laying around. So on a budget, what I decided to do is make my own Book of Shadows. So I watched a couple of instructional videos here and there. I don't have anything specific to reference for that. You can look it up on YouTube, but I found the best way to make my own was I took an old book that I had. My aunt used to take really old books that she had and give it to us kids and let us print out or clip out magazine clippings and paste them on and color on the pages and basically make this scrapbook out of another book. It was pretty cool, putting all the pictures and stuff in there. It was a very fun art project when we were kids. But I had this old one here. It's got purple, purple cardboard outside, and it just had a bunch of stories on the inside, and it just looks really old. I like it. I love the color purple. So I ended up taking out the pages from the original book. So I just opened it up. And it took me a while, but I ended up cutting out the whole pages that were in the original book. So once I had that part out, I just had the outside of this. I just had the cardboard, and it was really flimsy, so I ended up cutting a little piece of cardboard this size, and I glued it on the inside here. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can kind of see right there. That's where the cardboard is. So after I did that, I took out some regular printing paper and I put 2 pages of the original book next to each other to see about how long I would need to cut the card or the printing paper on, and I ended up getting page sizes approximately this size. I did not cut them completely uniform. I just did it, laid one on top of the other, made a little mark at the top, made a little mark here, and then I put like 4 or 5 pages together, just cut them all together. So what I ended up with was a bunch of kind of like jagged pieces, which I love that look. I honestly do. So they're not all uniform. It's not all together. It's a very personal touch, I think. So once I had papers about this size, I put 4 pieces of paper together. So I'd take the cut pieces of paper, put 4 together, fold it in half, and then I would staple at the top, the middle, and the bottom. So after I had that, I had all these little tiny pamphlet looking things that had 4 pages on them. So that's how much paper that I used for my book. So yeah, you can kind of see how they're all separate. So now I have all these little pamphlets, and how do I separate, or how do I connect them? I take a sewing needle and a thread, and I sewed through the top right here. And I did that through each point in the paper as close as I could. I kind of eyeballed it, and I put it about the same location on each pamphlet. I sewed through each one, which took about 30 minutes to do all of it together, but I sewed through each one. And once I got to the end, I brought it back around and I tied it in the front. So it's not perfect. It's all kind of like flimsy loose, you know, but it's together. I did that here, here, and 2 down here. So I did 2, 3, 4. You can do that in any way that you want. I mean, if you wanted to do one here, 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 and here, or if you just do 3, I'm sure that'd be fine too, but it felt a little bit more connected with the 4, and I'd probably be even more if I did, you know, 2 here as well. But the only reason I only did 4 is because it was taking a while, and it didn't feel all that necessary. So once I got to that point where everything was sewed together, I had this little book, and you can see, if it'll focus, yeah, the top of the pages, they're all kind of ragged and just uneven, and I just love that effect. I really do. It's very personal. So once I got that, I took another piece of paper the same size, and I laid it down in the cardboard of the book on the cover, and I glued it with just some Elmer's glue. I glued it down, and then once I got to that point, I put a bunch of Elmer's glue right here on the binding here, all along the inside. So once this thing was open, it's all along the inside of the book in the back. And then I took my little book here that didn't have a cover on it, and I just glued it on. I just stuck it in there. So once that was done, I mean, that's pretty much it. I just let it dry, and here we are now. I just put book shadows on the front. I'm probably going to end up like painting the front or something, because it's got this weird unicorn from the old book. I have no idea what that's about. And it's got someone's random writing on it that I don't know, someone's random writing. So what we have here is pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. So I ended up blessing the book, and I burnt some sage, and then I used the ends of the burnt sage to do this little design, and then put my name on the front. And other than that, now I'm just starting a new book, Shadows. So I'm really excited for having this. The pages are pretty good. I mean, they don't fold like a normal book would, because the pages are going to end up getting kind of folded in some places. But you know, I am very, very proud of this. After I blessed it, well, to bless it, I did a circle, and I put some clear crystal quartz on it, and some amethyst, and I just kind of let it charge. Sprinkled some holy water, invoked goddess, you know, whichever god or goddess that you connect with, I would invoke them and just ask them to bless it and consecrate the book. You can look up a blessing spell online, or if you have a book, do that. So yeah, pretty basic. All you gotta do, cut out a bunch of paper the same size, fold it in half in 4 pieces, staple it together, then sew all of it together, and use some glue and put it on the binding of an old book. So pretty simple. How much did I spend on this? 0, because I had everything laying around the house. $0.00. Easiest. I wouldn't say easiest, because the easier would be to just go and buy it, but pretty freaking easy to just make it yourself, and I feel like it's more effective that way, because it's got your own personal touch. It's got your blood, your sweat, your tears. Maybe not your blood or your tears, unless you got a paper cut. But anyway, that's my book Shadows now. I'll show it to you after I get the front decorated, or maybe get some stuff on the inside. I think that's the only page that I have right now. Pretty cool. Okay, so let me know if you guys have any questions. And please, if you watch this video, if you happen to do this, tell me how it goes. I want to see what your guys' new Book of Shadows look like. I'm pretty excited about this. I'm all proud of it. Okay, alright. You guys have a good rest of your day. My name is Fana. Peace out.